Hey y'all, I just watered and I realized that it's been a really long time since I've posted anything on the gardening channel. So I wanted to go and do a quick update. Alright, over here I have some zinnias. I forgot to mention my flowers. These were all volunteers. All these came back on their own. And these are zinnias, and I also have some marigolds in the back, or had some. Let me see. I think they're kind of I think that's the marigold. It's not looking all that good, but it's in the bag behind all of this stuff. But all these came up by themselves. I also got one on the ground and several in this container. So I did plant some more zinnias, and they are coming up. I put this over them as a little bit of protection from the sun because it's going to be really hot for the next 3 weeks. I'm going to look for like a sheer curtain or something to put over it instead, but this is better than nothing. So that's at some parts of the day there'll be a little bit of shade on these seedlings, but they are sprouting. I think I planted these 2 days ago, and I put a bunch of seeds in here from the Dollar Tree. Anyway, since I took out that cucumber out of this round bed, these plants are getting taller. I did put my sweet potato in the middle. I wasn't sure if it was going to survive, but it did. And it has grown a little bit, so maybe it will actually produce. I did harvest my peppers. That was probably last week. But I have a lot more that I need to go ahead and harvest. I saw some red peppers over there. I have so many peppers, it's ridiculous. Definitely gonna try to see. Every time I talk about how I have to trash a lot of my stuff, I try to compost it, but everyone claims, oh, I would have wanted that. We'll see if they would have, because I'm gonna tell them I have a lot of peppers right now. Too much even for me. Like even right here, I need to go ahead and pick these. Got some red ones in there, I need to pick those. One of those. And then over here, so yeah, the peppers are producing wonderfully. Here's the Jamaican sorrel now. It is probably maybe not twice the size, but definitely getting bigger and bigger. Still no fruit yet, I don't think. Just keeps expanding. But remember, this is 2 plants, as you can see down there. And I have a similar setup in my front yard. It's a little bit smaller than this, but it's also expanding. This is the main thing I wanted to update, was these sunflowers, which I have not removed yet, and I'm not going to, because like I mentioned, I think we're gonna have about 3+ weeks of just under 100-degree temps for the next 3+ weeks. So the sunflowers can be a little bit of sun protection, although I don't think peppers need it. But anyway, I'm not gonna worry about this right now while it's so hot. We did have a little bit of a reprieve with some slightly cooler weather and some rain, but I hurt my shoulder I think about 3 weeks ago, and then the week before last I hurt my back, and that took just over a week to finally get better. Anyway, yeah, I know I need to be doing my exercises and improving my health, and I am. Actually, I started a separate channel for that. I didn't want to put that on this channel since I want this to be just about my garden primarily. That's what I want it to be about now, but so far as the health and fitness and diet kind of stuff, I wanted to put that on a separate channel. Anyway, sunflowers. Now, as you can see, so there's the ground. There's the top of my greenhouse. I think it's 7.5 feet tall. The greenhouse, yeah, that's it. I think I'm pointing at. And this is how tall these sunflowers are. Now, had I known these would get this big, I would not have put these in raised beds. I will never put them in raised beds again. I'll either put them in containers, and I was also considering putting them in these holes, like the holes in there. I don't want to hurt myself. Anyway, like moving some of those and putting some flowers in those, and it could be like a canopy in the garden too, since they get so enormous. Now I do have some of these in my front yard, and they're only about waist, man, they may be shoulder high, one of them, but they're definitely not this tall, but they're also in containers, but just as pretty. The flowers are just as big in the front, so they don't have big blooms, they're just huge plants. I don't need them to be this big. Anyway, I have not done much. I meant to clean off this ledge, but I'm just still watering it. And I did get a tomato from one of these plants the other day, and I think that's what I was thinking was a Paul Robinson, but I think it's actually the Anna Nor, whatever the thing, what other one was I planted, and I'm gonna plant some more of those because it was a good tomato. Anyway, so I'm still watering these, but yeah, not expecting much from them. I did trim this down with my weed eater. I guess it's probably been almost 3 weeks now. But then it's rained since then, because I stopped watering it, but it's rained a lot since then. So it just came right back, and I was mainly trying to clear this path, and here it is, closing up again. Anyway, so I'll worry about that. I'll probably do that tomorrow. All right, back here. These sunflowers are definitely on their last leg. Looking kind of nasty. But I don't have any, like, I can't find my old rusty cutters that have a little short blade. And so I decided I'm gonna either order, I really want to pick up from Home Depot, like long, big scissor type shears, like with a long blade. So I think that would be better for cutting this kind of thing, and also for trimming this, because the weed eater wasn't getting it, or my weed eater is just weak. But anyway, I want to go ahead and cut these at the base, because all the flowers are pretty much spent. I'm sure the birds are getting to see if there are any. There's a wasp nest. A wasp nest is in there. I already sprayed it, so I'm not worried about it. Been having to spray a lot of those, a lot of areas for that. Anyway, this right here, I beat this back with the weed eater, I think about a month ago, and it too is just with the morning glory just taking over. I don't even see my jujube. I have three jujube plants that survived. Well, after I transplanted them, there were 3 of them. I don't know if they're still back there. I don't see them. All I see is morning glory. And same thing with my strawberries. I think I have some plants in there, but no, they're not fruiting, and they're just crowded out by the morning glory. These flowers look really bad. So yeah, I'm gonna be getting rid of that soon. You can see my lights are coming on. So it is darker out here than it looks. And you know, it's real creepy right in here. But yeah, and this cucumber, I had trimmed it back a little bit with the weed eater, but I really didn't get in there and get rid of it, and I need to do that. It is still producing. One of them, I think it's only one. It is one, and it's a lemon cucumber. I know because I see the lemon cucumbers all over the place. I think there's one. There's one right there. You can see that's old. So those are the round yellow lemon cucumbers. Anyway, let me get from over here where all this stuff could be living. Okay. All right, so I still want to get this area turned into a sidewalk, but I definitely haven't wanted to deal with any of those handymen or people like that. Well, one huge reason is because I just had to pay my car insurance, and like with everything else, the price is just increasing for no reason. I did call them about it. Like, why is my insurance going up $150 a year. Oh, they got all this list of things like, no, it's just because you want to do it. That's it. Getting tired of this, y'all. But just, yeah, I'm really pissed off about that since I do an annual policy, so it's a lot of money just came out my checking account. And I don't know, you kind of forget about it, but anyway, irritated at that. I haven't been looking out for any of this stuff, and it's just, anyway, I want this to be concrete because as you can see, the weeds coming through the rocks. Or maybe I can do, I don't know, but right now I think I like the idea of concrete. Anyway, this is my only watermelon plant, only melon plant that made it outdoors, period, so far. We still have a lot of time in the growing season, so maybe I'll put something else out here because I'm going to be dropping seeds later. But this is my one and only watermelon, and I'm assuming it's pollinated. It's probably not, well, it's not a sugar baby. I don't know what it is. I did wind up putting this here myself. These little pickets, they're a little bigger than the ones that, they're a little bigger than the actual fence. But my neighbor, they have all kinds of junk over there. They make me so sick. But anyway, I just wanted to cover it up, and I did this the next day after they left it open, and they still haven't done anything. They didn't, like they're gonna leave it open all this time. So here are some more of those pickets. Like you can see at the bottom, they have the fence shape. They're just upside down, but anyway, you can see how much bigger they are than the regular pickets. I didn't know they were different sizes. Now I know. But anyway, so I got a bunch of these thinking I was going to close that opening because I guess my mind exaggerates things because I thought it was a lot bigger than it is. I only have to use 2 of these, and so I have 3 extra ones. Anyway, I'm so hot. Oh, all right, so that is the end of this quick update for the backyard garden, at least the side garden. I didn't go into the patio garden because it's looking really, really bad because I've definitely been totally neglecting that. Oh wait, I'll show you all my blueberry. All right, so I did call myself cleaning out this big bed. This is the original 3x4 raised bed that I started with. The soil is nearly to the bottom in here. I've been dumping other things in here. I had tore out this spinach, but it's growing back. It's even vining up here. I think that's Malabar spinach. Anyway, it's coming. I need to clean up my rocks. I clean up the rocks with a weed eater. I'll do that later. That's a ground cherry that needs to be cleaned out. That's another ground cherry with some peppers that did not thrive. Oh my god, that's a grasshopper. I truly hate, oh my god, I thought one was touching me. Anyway, I truly hate these bugs. I hate them. Anyway, I was coming to show you all my self-pollinating blueberry. It's green at the bottom, and anyway, I'm happy to see that I turned the drip on, and the soil does look wet. So it wasn't watering last week when I checked, but anyway, it is now. And so I think since it's green, it'll be okay. Anyway, I still need to water the front yard plants, including my pepper plants up there. And so I'm just gonna call it a night. It's hot. All right, thanks for watching, y'all.